For those who don't know me, my name is Wangari. I live in London. I think last time I spoke was sometime in August. And I enjoyed meeting all of you. And I feel like today is a continuation of what happened last time. It was more to do with an invitation and a call to go higher, and more of an activation in that place of intimacy as the Father led us. And this time I was just looking and engaging in to what He wants to do today, and just expanding my heart and holding this meeting in my heart. He took me back to that same place of just holy intoxication of His love, of who He is to us, the place where He awakened us to His love. And and I'm talking about the love that is greater than wine. It's more intoxicating than anything else that we know. And I think I said last time in Talmud, where they talk about wine going in and secrets coming out, and we know that it's in a place of intimacy, that the holy intoxication where we engage the secrets of the heart of the Father, and in the union and oneness where the secrets begin to start, like they become the unfolding of who we are. And I think I spoke about the waters above and the waters below, and the whole mystery of man, of the the secrets of the Father and the mystery of the Father. And in that place where we become the Vav, for those who journey in Hebrew perspective as well, the hook, the revealer of heaven and earth. And we know who we are in that place, because we are the tabernacle, we are the dwelling place, the abode of the Father. And how does that look like? The expression of that, here on earth, the expression, actually just saying here on earth, it's quite limiting, because it's all creation that is groaning for the manifestation of sons. And this is the Father's desire. This is, the prayer of Jesus when He said, "Oh, that they may be one, even as I and the Father are one." So it's the echo of, the echo of this prayer is the call of intimacy, that they may be one. There's a place of the likeness and the image of God, and then beyond that is the oneness. For us to get into a place where there is no distinction between Him and us, because we have become fully absorbed in Him, that we no longer live but Christ. And that is a topic that can take months. So today I'm just going to touch on just one topic, which even in that one, I know it has levels, it has depth, it has dimension in Him, and it's to do with the heart. So intimacy with God. And I'll be looking at the dimension of the Father. So it's a journey to fatherhood. We can talk about, our intimacy with Yeshua, our intimacy with the Holy Spirit, and, even in all that, we know they're one, yet they're three. And the beauty of that is we get to, to expand in them in all levels and in all dimensions of who they are. And the call to, He says, walk in the narrow gate. And when you think about, just the picture of a narrow gate and a wide gate, and how, because the word narrow in understanding, it kind of strips away all other things I would call fun, because that's how the world has defined it. But in terms of a journey that we go inwards, because He invites us inwards, and that's where that's where he is, Christ in us. And so we find that in the narrow gate, if we learn how to, in the place of humility and in humbleness and yielding God through it, so we find that the gate, though narrow, was actually leading us to vastness of who he is, place where it's an ever expanding, ever explosive, ever joyous, a place of adventure with him that cannot be explained, because it's a place of the I am. And even, there was a lot of intoxication, and I enjoyed last time. And this time his heartbeat was, he wanted his heart to be known, so that when we encounter him, we are able to fully grasp who he says that he is. Because sometimes the filters, of our bringing, the filters of, the beliefs and cultural system that, have defined what love is or how God should look like. And so when we approach him from that perspective, we are only able to see it through those filters. And we believe that as our truth. And because we do, then that creates a separation where we can trust him with this part of us, but we don't know how to trust him with this. And most of the time we're not aware of this, because it has been, it's so, the whole of the mind, when you understand the mind, the conscious, subconscious, and unconscious part of it, where, there are beliefs that we don't even know that we believe, yet we react in a certain way because that's what we've been taught to be true. Even when in our mouth, we can say, you're good, you're a good father, and you're the provider. God is my shepherd, I shall not be, I shall not be in want. But sometimes we can declare that in our mouth, but our heart is actually saying something very different. Our heart has gone through, just a lot of heartbreak. Our heart, has, the father figures that we've known, or rather the people in authority that we've known for such a long time. This is not the father that we've been presented to. This is not the heart. This is not the father that our heart is aware of. The heart, the father that we've known is, I need to do A, B, C, D for him to accept me or to love me. For us, because of, the whole of the Christianity, I need to be a good tither. I need to be in the street, just to preaching and shouting at the top of my tongues, so that he can accept me. I need to lead 50 people to Christ maybe this year, tick the box. But all these things, it's because, we look back and see, actually, this is what I had to do. Maybe when I was young, to be accepted, I had to do these things so that I can gain, an approval of somebody that I loved. And subconsciously, we believe that that's who the father is. But that is the mindset, and that's what he want to deal with, because his heart and the desire is that they may know me. Who is he? I'm going to be reading from, I hope I've got my Bible here with me, Songs of Solomon 8:5-7. And I think everything that I'm going to be speaking today would just come from those two verses, probably 3 verses. See, people are getting their Bibles. I'm just going to get mine. It's the next desk. Ready when you are. Songs of Solomon 8, 5-7. And I'm just going to pray before I do that. Thank you, Yahweh. We love your heart.